The Soybean School on realagriculture.com is brought to you by Pride Seeds, Cruiser Max Vibrance Beans, High Stick NT, and the Manitoba Pulse and Soybean Grower.
Joining us here on realagriculture.com for this edition of the Soybean School, we have Dieter Schwartz, Market Development Agronomist with Pride Seeds here in Manitoba. And Dieter, with the nice weather that we've had, dry conditions in a good chunk of the soybean growing part of Manitoba so far this spring, what are some of the things that growers should keep in mind when putting soybean seed in the ground, especially when it comes to this lower moisture level than we're used to?
Well, certainly, and I've talked about this before, this year is somewhat reminiscent of 2012, where we're mid-April here, or not even mid-April, and we've got beautiful warm conditions. We're standing in the field without mud sticking to our boots. Certainly there are some growers in the field already planting some cereals, and there's a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation to get out there and get that seed in the ground, with the expectation that for some of these long season crops, including soybeans, the earlier we get it in, the better. While I don't disagree with the earlier the better, you definitely want to wait until that soil is fit to plant. And fit can mean a lot of different things to a lot of people. For example, we're standing in a beautifully black field here that has been worked, very bare. A lot of the stubble has been incorporated, so a lot of people would consider that perfect soybean field. In other words, it'll warm up quick and it'll be ready to go quickly. Now, unfortunately, some of us remember the years that weren't all full of moisture, and I certainly remember a move away from very aggressive tillage, and we have some very windy days coming up here over the next few days. Certainly a balance between working it so that the soil can warm up, but also not too much so that you start losing your soil and fill the ditches with your precious topsoil. So having said that, moisture is a concern this spring for some growers. There's been some debate on social media in regards to how deep do I plant. Certainly chasing moisture downward with your planting depth is certainly popular, as you do want to get that seed into a firm, moist seed bed. However, there comes a point, and some of the work I've done in the past, certainly once you get down to that below 2-inch mark, into that 3-inch range, you're really starting to see some effect on emergence. And of course, plant stand being important for yield, you don't want to sacrifice plant stand. The other thing that's really important, and why I'm kind of coveting the soil thermometer, is to make sure you wait until that soil is warm. For soybeans especially, the first 24 hours are the most critical in terms of soil temperature. Once again, unfortunately, last year we saw some concerns with plant stand and with yield. I saw some yield reductions in that 20 to 25% range of guys that pushed the envelope and planted early before the ground and the soil temperature were fit to plant. So it's really worth it to wait. So in that particular case, it was mid-May versus the end of May. Certainly a yield advantage to the soybeans that went in the end of May last year. Once again, there is no crystal ball that'll tell us exactly when it's going to rain. Weather forecasting is still a bit of a cloudy crystal ball, but you want to wait until that soil is warm. So definitely above 50 Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius consistently. Once again, that first 24 hours being crucial, that you want to get that seed into warm, moist ground. So if you can wait until you've maybe had a replenishing rain, possibly even wait till mid-May and get that seed into the ground once it's warm and fit to go. I wish I could tell you it was going to rain the first 2 weeks in May. I don't know that. But if you can wait with soybeans until you have the planting moisture to go, that's always a good piece of advice.
So early is good, but too early can still be a problem.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, early is good, too early can be wrong. And of course, unfortunately, with the clarity of hindsight, we're always smarter to next year. But as my grandfather always used to say, next year is better. And here we are in next year territory, and we have a brand new opportunity for a brand new start. So unfortunately, we only get one opportunity to get it right this year. So please take your time, be patient, and put that seed into the right ground, and you will get the benefits at the end of the year.
All right. Thank you, Dieter.
Thank you.